Hello, friends, and welcome to another Limelight Special episode of Much Review About Nothing. And today we're taking a look at the casting event that has shocked the nation, namely the casting of the upcoming Illumination Mario movie.
Right, and I feel like we should introduce ourselves. It's-a me, Jake Greer.
It's a me, Billy.
And it's-a me, Luke.
Let's don't watch a movie. I can't remember if I say our catchphrase in the Limelight specials, but there it is. So possibly some of the weirdest casting choices I've seen. Stuff I never would have imagined. Because when Illumination first announced they were doing the movie, I mean, right off the bat, that was a red flag, was Illumination, who they had some okay stuff in the beginning, but they seemed to be kind of like the lazy Disney.
Yeah, I mean, if you think about it, Illumination is that soda that you walk into a store and it's Dr. Thunder.
Yeah, no, that's a good point.
That's what Illumination is.
They're like Disney if Disney was somehow even more by the numbers and creatively bankrupt at this point.
Off-brand soda Disney.
But I don't know what they did to get Nintendo to sign over the rights, because ever since the Bob Hoskins, John Leguizamo movie, Nintendo has been extremely gun-shy about putting their characters and stuff. They wouldn't even put them in like the first Wreck-It Ralph. So I don't know if it was just like their executives at Illumination were like, guys, we will literally print money if you give us the rights. And then, Miyamoto was like, hey, okay, I can't say no to billions of dollars.
Yeah, I feel like in all of this, like at a base, Nintendo is the wild card in all this.
Yeah.
Because how much control are they keeping over this product? Did they simply go with Illumination? This is theory time with Jake Greer.
Yeah.
Did they simply go with Illumination because Illumination would do everything they want to do?
That is a good question.
Full freedom control for Nintendo.
Yeah.
So rather than another studio that might push back or something.
Nintendo's got their hand up. They're like a puppet making Illumination do what they want.
Essentially,
that is a good theory.
That's one theory. But the casting choice, I mean, how do we want to structure this?
I'd say we just go through them from top to bottom.
Okay.
You have a list?
Yeah, I've got a list here. And, I mean, starting off with the one that has really shook everyone to their core, Chris Pratt as Mario.
You know what I think is funny is that a lot of people are like, well, he doesn't even look like Mario. And I'm like, God, it's an animated movie. Which part did you not catch?
People think it's a live action.
I guess they're thinking of the original one. But yeah, don't get me wrong. I love Chris Pratt. Great actor, very charming. He's entertaining in all his roles. But I keep trying to imagine his voice coming out of Mario, and it's like my brain just rejects it on principle. It's like a traumatic memory of something that hasn't happened yet, and it's trying to block it out. It's just, I don't know.
Well, maybe he can do like a good funny Italian accent.
That's another thing I'm wondering. Are they going to try to mimic the voices, or is it literally going to be Chris Pratt? Because if they're all going to try to do like accents and stuff, and things of that nature, I could buy it a little more. But I can't just imagine raw, uncut Chris Pratt coming out of stubby little, as he looks in the games, Mario. It doesn't make any sense.
I feel like I'm gonna be playing devil's advocate a little bit, just in the fact that we don't know any context of what is taking place.
No, I know.
What
There's a lot
is
we
this
don't
Mario?
know.
What is where is he from? Because the lore in Mario, if you think about it, it's a little weird. Because we have the old shows where they did talk, but they were Brooklyn, accents,
that's
kind of thing.
I think
I wanted to talk about that. Yeah.
Are they going to take this? So the context of the story is going to be very important. How old is this Mario? Are we dealing with a younger Mario? A fresh-faced Mario with no mustache? No, that'd be terrible.
Yeah.
But it would be very funny.
I am worried about things like that. But that's what I've noticed. Like, for some reason, my brain accepts the original cartoon voices of like, hey Mario, and
it works.
Hey Luigi. It's almost like it's, well, I don't know, Luigi kind of sounds like that. He's a little lighter, but he has that like quality. But like for some reason with Mario, you either have to go like 180 degrees away from how he sounds in the game, or in order for me to accept it. He's either got to be like super gruff, like a Bob Hoskins, or I forget that guy's name, but the wrestler that voiced him, or he's got to be, it's to me, Mario,
Martinet.
Charles Martinet.
Which Martinet has unfortunately dyed those characters completely with his voice. And so anything beyond that, except the things that were kind of established beforehand, like the Brooklyn aspect, is now completely gray area of what are they going to do.
Jake, that was genius what you just said by accident. You said Brooklyn instead of Brooklyn. But can you imagine if Mario and Luigi actually came from a place called Brooklyn? That's kind of like Brooklyn, and it makes sense because there are bricks in Mario.
Yeah, no, that's true.
That'd actually be genius, but
But yeah, I don't know why it is where I'm like, oh yeah, deep voice, scratchy Mario, I buy. Super high pitched voice Mario, I buy. But it's that like middle area of like.
Are we gonna get a
Chris Pratt heroic voice that freaks me out?
Or a comedy relatable Mario?
Yeah.
Like what? Because Mario as a character seems to be very basic or simple.
Well, he's a cipher. He's kind and dependable, and he doesn't have much to say. He just gets the job done, and that's why you like him.
I kind of wish he didn't speak at all.
But that was my take when I first heard of this. I thought it could be pretty good if like Mario and Luigi don't really talk. They just kind of mutter to each other the way they do in the games. But everyone around them, because like Bowser and Peach and stuff, they all in the games they talk. They have like dialogue boxes.
And if Mario needs to get dialogue, they always have sidekicks for a little character that falls around that talks for them.
Like Toad talks. So Toad could be like, oh, Mario said this. Hey, Mario said this.
I don't wish someone doing a Toad voice on anyone for a long period.
We'll get to that in a second, so we'll talk about Toad. But Shaun the Sheep, does movies or did a movie, no talking.
Yeah.
So you can go that route, but I mean, unfortunately, I don't know if this is.
But that takes like tact and subtlety.
Yeah.
Illumination made the minions.
Yeah.
Banana and all that. They wouldn't know what subtlety was if you hit them with it over the head. I mean, and it's too what's the word, like beguiling, or it's too appealing, the idea of a big star voicing one of the biggest video game characters,
Yeah.
Like I guess people want these big celebrity casts. I'm just surprised there isn't a musical star somewhere in the middle of it all. Where's Pitbull? Why didn't he show up?
Where is Pitbull? He'll be an extra or something. We'll see him in the trailer.
He'll be like a Goomba with sunglasses or something.
I figured we could probably rate these casting choices, maybe 1 through 10 or something.
Yeah, I think the thing with Chris Pratt is there's too many unknowns.
I have to give him a 4. I don't think I fully agree with the casting choice.
No.
But I'm willing to him the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah.
Simply because we don't know the context of.
maybe he'll be like Heath Ledger moment,
Well, that's what I'm wondering. Is it going to be like bad? Is it just going to be like, oh, celebrity doing a voice, or is it going to be like so transformative? You're like, holy cow! I can't believe I ever doubted this. That's what I'm kind of wondering.
Yeah. So I'll give it a 4. Below average because I'm not sure.
Yeah, I'm kind of with you. I might even give it a 5 just because I don't know and I like Chris Pratt. But let's
all agree on a 4. Make it more simple. We all agree on a number.
Who would be a better Mario? I can't really think.
That's the thing. I cannot think unless it's Charles Martinet. I cannot think of one unless you go super gruff.
Unless you get another wrestler to voice them.
Yeah, I was thinking about that. I was like, who has that kind of light voice, but it's still kind of mature. Like you can tell like Mario. He's no spring chicken. He's kind of it's kind of like a middle-aged man with a lighter voice, And
we don't know his age yet.
No.
There's a lot of unknowns, but we keep saying that. But I think that's pretty good.
Yeah, my reoccurring nightmare is gonna be like. Young hip Mario like wakes up and he's like I don't know what his job would be.
We'll get to the story in a second because I have some.
Oh, you have some?
I've had some insights into who's creating it or writing it, and it worries me
a lot. Because I keep thinking like, yeah, that's me. I'm Mario, and I live in the Mushroom Kingdom. And then he goes about his day.
I'm just a normal guy, know. I did my work 9 to 5, but then one day.
Yeah, I keep maybe he's a plumber. Maybe he's just doing plumbing work and unblocking pipes, and then like he's in the castle, on a job and then Bowser attacks. I don't know, but I'm afraid it's not going to start with just him as Mario doing his thing, you know.
Because throughout all this casting stuff that everybody's looking at and worried about, it's more the creative team that I'm incredibly worried about. And we'll get into who.
Oh, I was worried when it was Illumination. I was worried from the start.
But... I didn't have much hope.
Who's next?
Okay, so next is Charlie Day as Luigi. And honestly...
I like it.
Probably my favorite casting choice of the whole thing.
Pepe Sylvia. I think it could work.
If he does an Italian accent, I think it's like almost spot on.
Yeah, I think it's a good casting choice. There's not much to say. You know, his clips are hilarious. You know, on YouTube, you know.
If people have already started splicing in dialogue from other movies, it's amazing how quick that happened.
So
yeah, so I'm thinking like somewhere around an 8 or I mean it could really let me down. Yeah, I'll go with a 9.
Because there's only I feel like there's a 10% chance of failure here on that one.
Yeah, well all of these could be, you know, we're rating them, but there's the possibility it's all just like negative 400, you know. Okay, so we'll just give it a 9, and then
I have no idea who this woman is.
Anya Taylor-Joy as Princess Peach. She was in The Witch. She has a small role in Peaky Blinders. I don't even really know what to say about this other than they cast attractive young blonde woman as an attractive young blonde woman. I mean,
which it's animated.
It doesn't really matter, but I guess like it still fits. I'm trying to even think of like what her voice is. Yeah, it doesn't even seem that distinct. If she just Mario, go fish.
Dear Mario, I baked you a cake.
Yeah, I mean, I guess like a 7. I don't even know what to say about it.
Yeah, I just like Peach normally. I don't have much to say. Yeah. Good, a solid 7. 7's average, right?
Well, it's a little slightly above average because I don't think it's bad casting.
I was making a video.
Oh yeah, you're right. That is average. There's only
we're actually
5 to 10 basically in video game reviews.
Unless it's really terrible, it gets 1 or 2.
Yeah.
3, 4. I don't even know if a 5 exists really.
Well, I mean, it's like anything beyond a 5 is just like it's unplayable.
I feel like there's a 7, 8, 9, 10, and then 1, 2. That's it.
Yeah. Okay. 4th one, Jack Black is Bowser.
Well, everyone is saying this is the best casting choice.
I keep going back and forth, honestly. It kind of worries me.
It depends. Are they going to mess with his voice some? And I'm hoping they will.
I hope they will. I just don't know if it's one of those deals where like you've shelled out this money to get these big names. Are you gonna, screw with it and mess up their voices and change them? You know, are you gonna pull in like Alvin and the Chipmunks, where you cast Justin Long, but he doesn't sound like him at all because he's been pitched into oblivion.
Right, but I don't feel like that matters. You know, as long as the person behind it knows, oh, that's Jack Black. It doesn't matter how his voice sounds. So, yeah. And if you have just raw Jack Black coming out of Bowser's mouth, I can't really see it.
No, I can't either. It's Bowser should, and what's weird is there's another person in the cast that would actually be better for Bowser, which we'll get to him and I'll point him out. But Bowser has a really deep voice, and Bowser is goofy, but Bowser thinks he's awesome. He's an egotist.
I think Jack Black can pull that off. I really do.
But Jack Black is like too nice and like I don't know, intentionally goofy or like performatively goofy. I mean, he's an actor, so he can change it. But it's just
voice acting.
Yeah,
I feel like it'll be easier to pull off ultimately.
Yeah, because to me, Bowser's like your classic Saturday morning villain. I mean, they all typically have like deep and sinister voices, and the juxtaposition is he is imposing and deep voiced, but he's an idiot, and that's where the humor comes from. But if he's got Jack Black's like silly, vivacious voice, I mean, it doesn't seem to work in that same regard.
I'm just slightly worried they're going to turn him into kind of like, I guess, a Jim Carrey Eggman type character.
Yeah, that's what I'm worried about too.
That is my concern. I'm willing to give it a 6.
Okay.
Just because he's done a lot of voice work before, for animations, and I feel like if they modulate the voice, it'll be okay.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to do that, but it would be.
If you have a different score, you can give a different score.
I couldn't really figure. I was thinking either a 5 or 6 or something, so that's fine. Okay, and then the other meme casting, Seth Rogen as Donkey Kong. And this is another one where I don't know how to feel about it because he does kind of have a deep, gravelly voice that might work for Donkey Kong.
Yeah, I mean, it feels reminiscent of the critically acclaimed, wonderful masterpiece that was the animated series of Donkey Kong.
I know. Yeah. I'm just upset that, they're never going to add Bluster Kong.
Yeah, I know. The greatest villain of all time. I finally watched that video.
Bluster Kong.
Yeah.
Who did play Donkey Kong in that show?
I don't know. I feel like it was a black guy, but I don't know his name. But he has an amazing singing voice. Which if Donkey Kong has a song, they need to bring back that guy because his voice is amazing.
Richard Yearwood.
Okay.
I don't know what he's been in.
I'm not sure.
He doesn't need to be anything else. He was Donkey Kong. Yeah. It's the greatest honor.
I just worry.
Not much.
Yeah.
Apparently, Donkey Kong, for whatever reason, didn't just boost his career to the stratosphere.
I heard he was in Book of Mormon. I think he went to the stage.
Oh, okay.
But I could be wrong on that.
Well, good for him.
Don't quote me.
He joined the stage.
Quote Billy.
No, don't.
He is a primary source. You can quote him in all your papers.
But as I was saying, I'm just worried they'll lean into the whole goofy stoner aspects of Rogen when Donkey Kong to me should be kind of heroic and kind of also have a deep kind of commanding voice.
He's king of Kong Island.
Yeah. I mean,
Donkey Kong should be cool and commanding. I think that's just my take, and I don't know if
he's that cool boss who slides into work on a skateboard.
I guess so.
That's Funky Kong.
Okay,
but I guess Donkey Kong is kind of a stoner-esque, and then he just hangs out in his house a day and eats bananas.
Yeah, he is both kind of. He's not a very good leader.
He's like a laid-back...
Actually, he's not a leader at all.
I'm not saying he is later. I'm just saying that he's kind of that laid-back, hero who... I'm having trouble putting into words, but, he maybe at first you don't take him seriously, but then he snaps into action, and, and
he's like a sleeping giant.
Yeah, he shows you that he's got the skills to pay the bills kind of deal.
He still has bananas. He'll hunt you down to the edge of the earth.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess they have very particular... ideas about each character, so it's just weird trying to fit these celebrities into how I envision them, but...
Honestly, it's weird that they are, how big a role is Donkey Kong going to have in this?
I don't know.
Well, the thing is, the reason why they even have Donkey Kong and all that is because of the new Nintendo world where they do have a Donkey Kong ride.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's true.
Oh, okay.
I bet you a lot of this is for that reason.
Okay, I was actually thinking, they're kind of pulling a Donkey Kong kind of vibe or reference, the original games. Let's have, first Mario movie since forever. Let's go, let's bring that in, know. Which they will probably reference it. He's probably going to throw some barrels. I'm sorry.
Yeah, because they also have Cranky Kong, so...
He was the OG, wasn't he?
Yeah, he's the one throwing the barrels, technically. But yeah, I don't know. What are you thinking, a 5?
I'm willing to go with a 5. I mean, I think it's okay casting. Can't really think of...
I mean, I don't hate it. When I think about it, my brain doesn't reject it like Chris Pratt, but...
Yeah, I mean, I'm worried. I am worried that everybody's just going to be kind of goofy bit kind of thing. Where every character is just a jokester, and it's I kind of wanted something a little bit more than that,
Yeah, there's that type of animated film where it's the only way I can encapsulate it is in the trailer, somebody will fall down and we'll have a record scratch and one character will be awkward, I'm afraid it's going to be that kind of animated film, and that's the only way I can describe it because I couldn't distill it any further than that, but I think that gets the point across, and that's what I keep worrying about.
It's Illumination.
Either way, I'm going to watch it because it's either going to be surprisingly good or the train wreck I think it is. Okay, and then number 6, Keegan Michael Key is Toad.
I don't know enough about him to...
He's a comedian. It's Key and Peele. He's kind of comedy partners with the guy who's now a horror director, which... I could talk about Jordan Peele. I actually haven't seen his movies, but everything I hear about them, I'm just why are these so lauded? But whatever, people like them.
Toad's a weird character.
Yeah.
And just how much is he going to follow, like, the more high-pitched, or, like, I mean, he is high-pitched.
Yeah.
Again, are they just going to modulate his voice, is the question here.
Again, I don't know. I doubt it. I think they got him because they want Toad to be, like, the comedic sidekick, cracking jokes. And it's just going to be Toad talking like a black guy, and I don't know what to make of that because it's such a weird casting choice. Unless, because, I mean, Key can kind of have a higher pitched tone at times.
He might do that.
So maybe he'll pitch it up, but I don't know. I'm doing, I think, like a 3 or a 4 because it's just like nonsensical.
Let's go with a 3, because I don't really understand the casting.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense at all.
I don't know why Toad needs a major casting.
Yeah.
So, maybe that's just my bias against the Toad people, but...
Yeah, I just let whoever does it now do it.
I think it's Charles.
Is it also him?
It might be. Who's doing...
I know that Charles voices 85% of the Mario cast.
Do you want me to move on to the next one? Okay, then Fred Armisen as Cranky Kong. And I don't know if you know who he is. He did Portlandia. He had a small role in Zoolander where he was like a child. His head was CGI imposed over a child's body, so I can't remember. Zoolander 2. I don't know if I said 2. But I can't remember if he was supposed to be a kid or if he was just like someone with a pituitary gland problem. I don't know. That movie, Zoolander 2, is insane.
Yeah, it really is. So Toad in the game is Samantha Kelly.
Oh, okay.
Okay, I thought it was a woman.
Yeah.
Why not? I mean, I know they want big names to fill out the poster. Because when you mentioned the theme park, I was like, oh, it's all clicking into place. Like, Nintendo was making a huge move to become like a Disney-esque, kind of property. And they're like, we got to have the theme park. We got to have the movie. If we want to get beyond just the realm of games, we got to have the whole package. And it suddenly all clicked into place. They're finally, after all these years, making big moves on the world stage. In terms of like being Disney. And Fred Armisen is, I guess if he does an old man voice, it's just...
I mean, that's not a very hard casting, to be fair. You just need an old person.
No,
it's not very important.
To me, Cranky Kong should be like, I forget his name. It's Bill Murray's brother. But he's got that scratchy voice. He's done some cartoons. To me, that's who needs to be Cranky Kong.
But Bill Murray's brother doesn't look good on a poster.
I guess.
But he's not. Cranky Kong's not going to be on the poster.
Yes, he is. He's going to be front and center, the biggest one there.
Because Fred Armisen has the kind of like a quiet, kind of like nervous energy to him. But maybe it'll work. I'm saying 3 because I don't really see.
Yeah, I don't really see the point.
I don't see the logic behind it necessarily. Okay, and then another one that just blows my mind, Keegan Michael Richardson, who is primarily a voice actor, as Kamek. And Keegan Michael Richardson, he voices like, Trigon in the original Teen Titans series. Okay. Basically, anytime in the early 2000s and even today, if you need a really deep voice guy, you get Keegan Michael Richardson.
Okay.
And I was like, why is he not Bowser?
Yeah.
Why is he Kamek? Is that going to be the joke? That Kamek has this really deep voice?
Yeah, but
I bet they are going to go that way.
Kamek has a high-pitched, scratchy way.
Yeah.
So Kamek, really...
Fred Armisen should have been Kamek, and then Keegan Michael Richardson should be Bowser.
Or you could have put
and Jack Black should be Donkey Kong.
That could
Jack
work.
Black is Donkey Kong, actually. I just thought of that right now. That actually makes way more sense.
That could work.
Because Donkey Kong is kind of musical and has that free swinging spirit.
You could work that,
Yeah. They got the right cast. They just put them in the wrong places. I'm starting to realize.
What happened is they got a list. And they're like, oh, shoot. All right, these are the people we have to work with. Yeah. Where do we put them?
They did like a tier list.
Yeah.
And they're like... Oh, I guess him there, her there. And see, like, Anya Taylor-Joy should have been Mario, and then Chris Pratt should have been Pete. No. Another one that just makes no sense to me. I mean, I'm glad they got an actual voice actor who that's his main thing. So maybe just another 3, because otherwise it's so illogical. I would almost give it like a 2 or a 1, but...
Yeah, mainly because he could have been used elsewhere.
Yeah.
It would have worked much better.
Yeah.
Just make him the entire cast.
So what are we thinking? Like a...
It's
two?
all
I'm thinking
wrong.
a 2.
It's all
simply
wrong.
Because,
Yeah.
it is huge miscasting right there.
All right, and then finally, Sebastian Maniscalco as Spike, that little green dude.
Okay.
Why is he so popular?
That's
He was just a regular stage hazard.
It's so not important.
Like, that's not even a real person. This is one of those, like, that site that generates, like, fake people, and then they just put in, like, give me an Italian name, and this is what it spat out. This isn't real, so I'm not even gonna, like, rate it.
Should he have been Mario?
Sure, he's Italian. Why is he not Mario? I don't know what. See, again, my theory keeps getting proved over and over again. Why is it this fake man, Mario, and make Chris Pratt this weird green creature?
He's a classic AI generated man.
Yeah.
Where it takes like features and puts them together.
I'm probably gonna get this. He probably has lots of fans, and they're gonna be mad at us.
I hope so.
I've never heard of this guy in my life.
No, I mean he's a fake man playing a fake character. He's not important. Voting in A.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah, they put that guy in a tennis game and a golf game. He's automatically a main character.
It is literally 10 out of 10 because a fake man is playing a fake character. It's perfect casting.
That's true. You can go 0 or 10. You decide.
It's 10.
Okay, yeah, that's all the cast right now, and then Charles Martinet is getting cameos.
Hooray.
Which it's like good. At least they knew they had to have him in there, so he's gonna be like Thwomp number 2, and
And Parthenax.
Yeah, Parthenax.
So here's where I draw the biggest umbrage with this movie.
Yeah.
Matthew Fogel is writing the screenplay.
Okay, now who is this?
And you'll know him from illustrious movies as Minions: The Rise of Gru
Ugh.
and the Lego Movie 2. That's
Okay.
about it. He does not
Okay.
have a huge repertoire.
It's the Lego Movie. I haven't seen Lego Movie 2. Is it?
I don't know
I
how
didn't think
good
it was.
is.
I didn't think it was that bad. But Minions: Rise of Gru. Which one is that? Is that?
I think we see
Oh no, that's in. Oh, that's the upcoming one.
Oh, you're right. So
Yeah.
he basically has nothing.
Except Lego Movie 2.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, I guess it could be worse in that regard.
But the thing is, on writers, they have Shigeru Miyamoto as characters.
Yeah, because he at one point made them up.
Okay,
That's what
so-
they just have to
so
give.
nothing.
Yeah.
And then the directors are Aaron Horvath, who mainly produces stuff, but he has written for Mad and like Teen Titans Go, and so is the other person.
Oh, no.
That's not the best
Killing
sign, but like.
Or directed, sorry, not written, directed those.
Okay,
Some
well,
episodes.
I mean, Teen Titans Go is very popular, but not exactly the pinnacle of cinema.
And the other guy or person has written the Batman, which is pretty good.
The Batman.
Yeah, it was a...
The one with Monkey Joker,
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
No, wait.
Yeah, that Batman.
or is this the upcoming Robert Pattinson?
No,
No.
2004. I'm talking about the show.
Okay.
Oh,
But he's written that, but he's directed.
Is
some
it
other
2D?
What?
Because there was a short-lived Batman TV show that was 3D.
No, it's the Batman.
Okay.
It's the one. Yeah.
I can't remember what they called theirs.
The theme is
Clayface
like,
was a cop.
The Batman.
Yeah. So, unless Nintendo is pulling the strings behind it all and like making sure it's going to be good,
Impression like
I don't.
they were like, who is one, like you were saying, who is the studio we can order around, and then they just tell them make this movie, and then they come in and they show them like dailies and like storyboards, and like Miyamoto's like, yeah, that's okay, whatever. Maybe he's more invested. I just don't see them. I don't know. I just don't see them really having that much to do other than like yes or no on certain things. But that's just me. I'm just speculating. I do not have a good feeling about this whatsoever.
No, not at all.
I think
It's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, and we're definitely going to do a full episode on it when it comes out, because holy cow, that's going to be an insane time in pop culture. That first trailer is going to have like billions of views.
Oh yeah, and that first trailer is going to die the whole thing. It's either going to have a ton of thumbs up or a ton of thumbs down.
Yeah, that'll be the first sign of the apocalypse or new renaissance for video game movies.
Yes.
Which has not been able to reclaim the heights of the Angry Birds movie.
Yes.
Which is the hot take of this podcast. The Angry Birds is one of the best video game adaptations.
With Sonic being like a close second.
Yeah, which that also is a pretty good one. It's just, I don't know, it kind of falls into like Smurfs territory where it's pretty divorced from the actual game outside of... I don't... When the video game movie takes place in the real world and not within the world of the game, I usually give it less credit, and I have trouble, like, seeing it as a full-on adaptation, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean...
Because then it just seems like we remade Beethoven, but we replaced him with a hedgehog that runs really fast, you know? It's basically the same thing. But yeah, that's all I got to say about the cast. It's one of those cracked out casts I've ever seen, and my take is that they got the people mixed up in several of the roles.
A bit, which that could have been a clerical error that they just like, well, shoot, we can't fix it now.
They're already recording lines and being very confused on why they're these characters.
I want to be the green guy. Yeah. Who is this? It's just like a floating mass of like pixels.
Like Chris Pratt just thought he was coming on as like a cameo, just, you know. But then he's like, "Wait, a Mario? What? Are you crazy? This makes no sense." All right, well, I guess we'll end it there. I've been your host, Billy Greer.
We've been your co-hosts, Jake Greer and
Luke Greer. Bye.
Bye.